What's up, guys? This is my second edition of Omelet Wisdom, I'm going to start calling it, with my kale and onion omelet again. I don't know why I always make videos doing this, but maybe it'll become a thing. This video is going to be on how to persuade someone, anyone really, through information and the why. So I'll explain. In order to persuade someone to do something you want them to do, I'm going to be explaining this mainly in a business context. It's really important to do three things in your persuasion, right? And this can obviously just make you a more persuasive person in general. It doesn't just need to be used in like huge events where you need to persuade someone, but there's three steps, right? So step one is the facts. Step two is the why, and step three is the how-to. So if you're ever trying to persuade someone to do something, you first need to start with the facts, which is up to you to know, to research. My hand's all taped up because some of you know I crashed on my dirt bike last week, so wrapping my hand up so this cut on my hand will heal faster, hopefully. Regardless, you start with the facts when you're persuading someone. And it's up to you to do your research before you persuade someone on why they should be implementing what you want to implement. So, you know, for example, if you're trying to get someone to implement a new strategy for their business, what you would do is you would look at the facts. Right? You would look at competitors, you would look at percentages, adoption rates. 2/3 of employees used this strategy and saw X results. The financial results of this competitor, the financial results of another competitor based on implementing this thing that you want to persuade your company to implement. And you should just show the facts, right? Then, after that, you need to contort the facts into a why argument. So, facts are pretty useless for someone who doesn't know what you're trying to persuade, right? So you need to show them how these facts tie into the reason for why you should implement it. And you do this quite simply, right? You're going to present facts. You're going to be as objective as possible. Obviously, you should be persuading people to do something that is beneficial, and your company to do something that's beneficial. So the facts should lean in that direction, right? Regardless, you need to tie the facts into the why, right? So why do we need to implement this? Well, from looking at the facts, right, it shows that it would be beneficial for us to implement this strategy based on fact 1, fact 2, fact 3, fact 4, etc., right? So so that's the why, right? And something else that you need to do is prepare for rebuttals, right? So your company is unique, and what they're going to say is, you always have to prepare for the unique argument, right? So if you're looking at facts of competitors, for example, or global statistics for your facts, someone at your company or someone personally will say, oh, but I'm unique, I'm different from the masses, I'm different from the masses of information that you're quoting, the facts, right, that you're quoting. I'm different from them, which you need to be prepared for, right? You need to be prepared to explain to them how their differences do not, exclude them from the facts in certain ways, but maybe they will have a valid argument in certain ways, and you need to respect that. Regardless, so you go from the facts to the why and then the how-to, right? It's pointless if you are telling someone all this amazing facts, why they need to do it, and then you have no idea how to do it, right? You need to know at least the principles, the overview of how it would be implemented into, your life or your company specifically. So you would do this by like I said, just simply understanding the overview. And once you understand the overview, you can then explain that to management once you convince them on the why based on the facts, right? So, or to someone else, right? You need to, if you're trying to convince someone to date you, if you're trying to convince someone to get more healthy, if you're trying to convince someone to, take their lives more seriously, whatever, anything you're trying to convince, you got to go from the facts to the reason that these facts matter, and then to how they can actually implement it, right? How they can actually put this into action. And another thing to consider is capital and resources, right? So if you don't have the capital or resources, or your company doesn't, to implement this strategy yourself, right? You'll also need to consider whether or not you have the capital or resources to hire someone, or to outsource, to have someone carry out what you're trying to persuade these people to do, which is really important. But if this is more of like a personal persuasion thing, then what you need to do is show them how to do it themselves, right? Step by step. Obviously, if you're trying to persuade your company to adopt an entire new IT strategy, and all that, one person can't physically do that. You're gonna usually have to hire other people to carry it out. So always remember this when you're trying to persuade someone. Facts, why, how to.